All right, this is Brian. I have my stabilization day, phase 2 for my ice hockey player. All the acute variables are in my template, but basically now we're looking at peripheral hard action circuit. We're going to go 6 exercises alternating between lower body and upper body. A lot of single leg work, a lot of single arm work, use of the slide board to get some hockey specificity in there. But we'll get going with our first exercise, a Viper lunge, lateral lunge with a shift. And I'm going to add a balance in between. So I would go both sides on this. I'll demo one. So I'm going to drive through into a lateral lunge with a drive coming across the body into the lunge. And then I'm going to come into a balance. So we got a 4-0-2 tempo. So 4-2 tempo, but I'm going to drive, hold into the balance, drive across, hold into the balance, repeat for about 8 reps on each side. Next up in the circuit, I'm going to just transition right into the other exercise. I'm going to go opposite arm, opposite leg, single leg balance. I'm going to go low cable row, okay, and drive cable down and back while holding the single leg stance on the opposite side. Get my 8 reps in, go ahead and repeat on the other side. Make use of a slide board here now. So I'm going to have one leg on the slider. We really want to focus on with the slide board is driving across the slide board, but my leg on the floor on the stable surface is going to be the one that's driving me in and out. So I'm going to get as deep in the lateral lunge as I can with good form. Nice slow eccentric tempo. Driving out of it tall. On this rep, I'm mainly using my right leg, and go ahead and repeat on the other side. Then I'm going to transition into some push-ups with the one arm lift. Now, normally I wouldn't do this like right in front of the slide board, so I'm going to, just for the camera, I'm going to drive down into my push-up. I'm going to stabilize my right side, come into a row, then lift up and hold, really getting some good action through the core and the shoulder on this. Bring it back down to my push-up, hold, driving back up. Okay, repeat for about 8 on each side. Then my other option here, my next exercise, I'm going to go into my rotational lunge. I'll show you the other side. I'll use the slide board. I'm going to open my hip up and then return. So we can load this too if the athlete needed to with a kettlebell, dumbbell, whatever you want. So I'm going to, just so the camera can see, I'm going to open the hip up. Okay, so my toe is actually pointing away from the camera while my left leg is anchored to the ground on the carpet here. Come out tall, open up. Come up tall, open up. Slow and controlled. Slide board's awesome for working on deceleration, especially with the hockey player. It's kind of not as same as ice, but really similar here. I'm going to finish here. A little rotator cuff core work, a P&F pattern. I'm going to drive inside leg, drive across on my cable here, then come up into a diagonal raise, nice and tall. Down low, under control, really stabilizing the foot, knee, ankle, core, and then driving up out of control. So stabilization ice hockey, day 2. Next up, we'll do some strength training.